guys, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, so today as I'm going through the news feeds, I came across Josh Hawley's Love America Act. Patriotism, Love America. It's basically, he is against any kind of critical race theory, any kind of teaching of real history. And he's promoting this 1776 version where everything's kind of watered down, little parts left out. Don't want to make the kids feel guilty. And he was talking about how he wanted, what in his mind, what he'd like to teach kids about the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and all that stuff. There's one phrase, as I was reading his speech, he was talking to people trying to sell this, to sell his act here. And he said, he was talking about how he doesn't believe there's systemic racism in America today. Because after all, we got rid of slavery. And I read that over. That was his quote. I'll have the links down below. And it just didn't sound right. We got rid of slavery. It made me think about that. It's like, you're not going to teach kids the 200 years that came before we got rid of slavery? Just going to kind of wash that part out. Well, we got rid of slavery. We did great things. Not teach the kids how it's the slave trade. Slavery was basically an integral part of American economy, of the cotton industry, of tobacco industry, the slave trade itself. But we don't want these kids feeling guilty. We don't want them feeling like oppressors. They are so fragile. We can't have these kids feeling like that. We got to give them a nice, happy history. So I started thinking about what he wants to teach the kids. Let's see, innocent until proven guilty, one of our key tenets in law. But I thought about that. I said, well, you're going to want to skip over the part about the 1940s Japanese internment camps, because they certainly weren't innocent until proven guilty. These were American citizens that were born here, American families, American jobs, American everything, just like you and me, except they were a different race, and that made them guilty, and they were locked up. So we don't want to teach the kids that, because that's going to make them feel badly. Let's see, teach them about their hero, Christopher Columbus. But we're going to want to leave out the part about Christopher Columbus dying broke. What was it, syphilis he died of? I want to definitely leave out the part about why they even call them Indians, because Christopher Columbus was lost and didn't even know what freaking continent he was on, thought he was in India, called them Indians. I might leave that part out because it doesn't make him look like the hero that we want to make him. Oh, probably leave out the part about Leif Erikson and the Vikings coming here and discovering a country that was already populated by the Native Americans. But we want to leave some of that out too. Let's see, what else? Oh, that this is a good Judeo-Christian nation, and one nation under God. And then I started thinking about taxation without representation. And the two of those, I was like, wait a minute, those two don't quite fit. If this is a Judeo-Christian nation, one nation under God, well, what about the Hindu Americans? What about the Buddhist Americans? Freedom of religion. The Muslim Americans, what about them? Because they're going to be taxed, but not represented. Taxation without representation. It will go against, well, we're going to have to leave that part out. That'll just confuse the kids. We don't want them feeling badly about themselves. We don't want them feeling like oppressors, and we don't want them feeling guilty about themselves. Just a few things we might want to leave out, because these kids are so fragile. Another thing we might want to leave out is the phrase, those who do not learn from history are condemned to repeat it. We might want to leave that phrase out too. Kind of wash over that, whitewash that. Because they are going to be that. They are going to be the people that will not learn from the mistakes of history and probably will repeat them. Just some thoughts. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a great Monday.